I'm off to meet with him. Please wait here.
Okay. Looking forward to your good news. That should be everything. I'm not sure why, but I'm getting nervous again.
You were great, Nilu! Your words won over Inaya! Talk like that during the debate, and you'll get an easy win!
Thanks for that, Paimon, but I still feel like it'll be an uphill battle. I need to be calmer, cooler, yeah. I'm acting as everyone's representative, so I'll need to act brave, even if I won't feel it. Huh? What's left?
Huh? What a strange question. Isn't a theater just a theater?
Wait. You're not asking what the theater does. Let me think. How can I put...
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it. The most important thing about it...
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everyone is free to appreciate art. Not quite right. Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past. Not quite right, but it's close. Mr. Zubair has been meticulous. Not quite right.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer...
Not quite right, but it's close. Ah, got it. When we were trying to find a way to save the theater, we heard many stories not of the theater, but of the people. Zubair Theater is our reason for coming together. It connects us all in unique ways. In other words, it's like a bond.
A bond?
The theater provides money for Miss Raykar and her children, inspiration for Mr. Kasani, and enjoyment for the people of the... It also gives Inaya shelter from her family. It has brought us together after taking care of every single one of us, and its story won't end here. In the future, many more, and we'll all be there for them. Our warm, welcoming community will show, aside from the delivery of performances, isn't this another reason for...
Yeah, that makes sense. We definitely felt that warmth during the preparations for the event, but Paimon doesn't see how this will help in the debate. Oh, gotcha! No matter how strong an opponent is, they'll have to go on the defensive if pressed on a weak point.
I feel like that's another prong in our attack. Thank you.
Paimon also feels a lot more relieved. Let's show him what we got!
Sorry for the wait. I'm back. Things went a lot more smoothly than I expected. It didn't take long for him to accept the debate. Why are you all smiling so much? Did something good...
We realized that your dad might not be as scary as we had thought.
We just finished our prep. We have to win. No, we will win, Inaya.
Fingers crossed.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
put you on have a load of this.
Nothing to fear.
Detoxifying heat. This was well done.
No more tricks up your
Solidify!
You can't run. Well,
This is order!
I miscalculated.
A moonlit night for all.
I will have order!
Useless. This was well done.
Observe. Close your eyes.
Cookies through.
Useless. Useless. Boring.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Holy shit دیگه خراب کردم ما سازی دارم خراب کردم جاگیم ورا غاكي من هو ولد اللي كتادا من وقت شنو هو مسؤول هذه غاك أول awesome birthday وصل راجده وها ولا هذا كده ايش درس هنا تفكروا درس يجي كريم ده زين ما لو زي سيدالك تشريش كريم واو
Those memories, so dark.
راح سان كشك
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
جاكي مثلا piramidi to wiemy, no chcecie ma. Ale das na joga hukuri, da hadi. Karawan ribat, da kres kuri. Agodof, خلاص يصير شعر لنا شيء. يقرب مقطع أو رفضون مقطع. يا زي كده. أو تقول لا كarawan دوف. أوكي. Orang tak production, salah sama cikin je gitu.
For Useless. Boring. Boring.
Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
In the blink of an eye, it's already debate time! We did a lot of preparations with Nilu. Hopefully they were helpful.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Safwan, a scholar from the Academia, and I will serve as this debate's adjudicator. I swear to judge both parties with the utmost wisdom and impartiality. I will neither interfere with the proceedings nor demonstrate bias. I ask for both parties to stand. May the Dendro Archon also serve as a witness to this duel of wits.
Since you so desperately demand an explanation, I will expound on the Academia's stance. You may have misunderstood us from the outset and believe that the Academia is prejudiced against you. However, the truth is that the Academia wishes for every resident of Sumeru to be afforded opportunities to grow and cultivate their wisdom. Therefore, the works they consume should also possess enlightening qualities and intellectual value. We have failed to identify these qualities in the shows performed at Zubair Theater. In other words, instead of struggling against the academia in pointless confrontations, if you had spent your time reflecting on improving the quality of your shows and enlightening your audience, Zubair Theater would not be today facing such a tragic fate.
Aggressive from the get-go. He's really putting on the... Can Nilu stand her ground?
Calm down, Nilu. First, carefully analyze what he said. He said that we were shut down not because the academia looks down on the arts, but rather because our shows aren't up to their standard.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Art must first be appreciated by others.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently super. Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past. The theater carries everyone's feelings and serves as the Don't think that would make for a good rebuttal. Mr. Zubair has been meticulously Don't think that would
Art must
Don't think that would
The most important thing about
Don't think that would Everyone is free to In your eyes, our shows can't meet the academia's expectations. Shouldn't it be the audience who decides if a show is intellectual or enlightening? Why is someone from the academia judging that? Also, I believe that there is no such thing as a wiser or more enlightening performance. Art doesn't discriminate, and it appeals to all. Everyone has the right to appreciate art.
Appreciation is but a primitive form of satisfaction. Guidance and enlightenment are necessary if we are to induce growth in the performers as well as the audience. This stance holds performers to a higher standard and encourages the development of the arts. If all performances are simple-minded, require little effort to comprehend, and lack any impetus for the betterment of society, then the people will not be able to develop a greater level of artistic understanding. Nurturing the populace's understanding requires a long and arduous process, and guiding this process is the academia's true goal.
He changed the topic without batting an eye. Good thing I'm prepared. If I remember correctly, what I should...
The most important thing about an experience...
Art must first be
Mr. Zubair has... Everyone is free to appreciate. Hinaya really wants to win. The theater carries No. The theater carries Hinaya really... No. Hinaya really... Mr. Zubair... No.
Art must
Someone at our theater has tried that before. He was a famed artist, but he recognized that very few people could connect with his works. I agree that art should be enlightening, but we can't pursue that goal by creating complicated works. If a work can't tap into an audience's personal experiences or feelings, then its contents may as well be a castle in the sky. What's the point of performing a show that its audience can't even follow? That would only be forcing people to watch something they don't like.
You can only reach that conclusion from a place of ignorance.
In that case, before passing judgment, you should first become a better dancer than me.
You tell them, Nilu.
Looks like he's backed himself into a corner.
As the party holding the burden of proof, Sharif has failed to provide sufficient support for his judgment of the quality of Zubair Theater's programs. Likewise, the definition that Nilu put forth is but her personal opinion. Neither party is the victor for this particular point of contention. Additionally, I must request that both parties exercise greater control on their emotions.
Keep it up, Nilu! You're doing great!
In that case, I shall speak of more concrete matters. The essence of this issue is that you have violated the law, so you must now pay the price for your transgression. This course of action is also completely procedurally sound. We have already contacted Zubair Theater multiple times regarding the theater's repertoire. However, you have consciously ignored our warnings. Or perhaps your compliance was purely superficial. Regardless, that failure has indirectly led to the present day's proceedings.
That is indeed so, according to the laws decreed by the Academia.
He started talking about procedural stuff, so I need to focus on...
The most important...
Art must...
Mr. Zub, everyone is free to appreciate... Hinaya really... I need to rethink things. The theater carry... I need to rethink things. Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Mr. Zubair has already provided signed copies of all documentation related to our operations. Everything is perfectly filled out and valid. Although the theater's performances don't align with the Academia's requests, the law doesn't say that Zubair Theater can be demolished only because of that reason. Demolition notices need to be provided in writing and made available to the public. Otherwise, the theater can continue to operate as long as its license is valid. Failing to follow these rules makes your stance procedurally unsound.
Yeah! Yeah!
That's right!
There are different ways to apply the rules. There is precedent for this. So long as this matter is discussed within the academia, this course of action will come to pass.
Looking at the past 27 cases of similar nature, 90% of them support Sharif's claim and position. However, the demolition process in those cases was only started after discussion at the academia. In other words, premature notice of demolition is indeed a rash act.
That's more than enough. We've proven that the order is unreasonable as it currently stands.
Cease your futile resistance.
Nilu's definitely won this point, right? You're right. Stay focused, Nilu.
Even if permission for demolition has yet to be obtained, it is a fact that your performances violated the Academia's policies on numerous occasions. Based on that fact, we can permanently revoke your right to perform in Sumeru.
Under the current system, it is indeed possible to immediately revoke Zubair Theater's performing rights.
That's a thing?
Rather than protecting Zubair Theater, I surmise that your true intention is to maintain your hold over your audience and their patronage as your source of income. Without them, Zubair Theater is nothing more than an empty building. And without its performances, the theater has nothing else of value.
What you said isn't true at all.
Keep it cool, Nilu!
Right. I need to keep calm, but just a little more. Zubair Theater isn't just a performance venue to us.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret.
No. Zubair
Art must first be
No. Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past. No. Zubair The theater carries everyone's feelings and serves as the... Zubair Theater isn't simply a performance venue to us. It means more than that. It's been our home for a long time. Miss Raykar can't go on adventures anymore, but she has found a stable career and a new life at the theater. Her son, Sorin, has already passed his theater exam, and he'll soon be our newest member. Mr. Kasani found a new way to look at art. He decided to stay at the theater to watch us grow. Mr. Farhad and Mr. Hushang visit even when there isn't a show going on, and they always tell us lots of entertaining stories.